Check, check, check. This is your boy Gino. We want to welcome you all to the first episode of the Set Your Lineup podcast. This is a sports podcast, but this is not your normal, ordinary sports podcast. This podcast is brought to you by some of the brightest sports minds that you will ever know. Some from today, and some know things about years of yesteryear. So we're gonna get started introducing ourselves. Introducing ourselves. When we get to the 100 show, we'll look back on this first episode and just remember this. Uh, First we got Joe. Joe, let us know
Yes,
who you are, brother.
yes. First off, I'd like to say I'm grateful to be a part of the team. This is Triggerman Joe. I am uh, a super fan of the Pittsburgh Steelers, as you can see. Terrible Towers behind me or whatnot. But we want to bring something that other podcasts is not bringing, and it's something that's unorthodox, and it may take a little time for your taste buds to digest to see what we got cooking. Uh, that gumbo. We got somebody from Louisiana, so he gonna give you that Louisiana flavor or whatnot. But we are just excited and delighted for the opportunity to bring you something what no other podcast can bring, and we're gonna bring fire takes. It's gonna seem like times that we're enemies on here, but we're really friends. It's gonna feel like we teammates, and then we're uh, the other side of the coin or whatnot. But um, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting, and we can't wait to get this thing started. So I'm gonna pass the baton over to DSPN.
Yo. This is D, aka DSPN, as some of the fellas like to say, because I bring all the breaking news, before news, news that probably ain't thought of, but it come into existence. I also be letting y'all know my best bet, help y'all with y'all bankrolls, and to be y'all make a little extra money on the side.
Clutch.
All right, this is your man Clutch, aka Domino. I'm out of Florida by way of South Carolina, and like they said, we're gonna bring some heat. If it's too hot for you, you may not want to stay in the kitchen, but we're gonna bring it. So stay tuned. And like you said, when we get to that 100th episode, look back on this, it'll be real.
Jay Will.
What's going on, everybody? Jay Will checking in down here in Mississippi. As you can see, big time Bronco fan, like my boy Joe said, super fan of the Broncos. They brought me in here. They need a little youth on the podcast, so I'm here. So I'm here to bring that. Like I said, huge fantasy football guy, anime as you can see, but looking forward to working with these guys. And like I said, we're going to see sometimes you think we're enemies, but we're really not. You just get a little heated sometimes. But looking forward to working with Set Your Lineup podcast.
Ed.
Hey, yo, they said the best for last, I see. After 3 minutes and 55 seconds, I got tired of sitting here. As you can see, I'm the number one stun and the number one troller from New Orleans where we bowed it, but I'm stuck in Alabama. But the best thing about this Alabama is Nick Saban gone. So the reign of terror for Alabama is over. And I just want to let y'all know, I don't like Alabama. I don't like the stadium they made. I don't like the people who made the bricks. I don't like the people who cut the grass. I don't even like the season ticket holders. I don't like the water boys. Right? I don't like the campers. The best thing about Alabama was 2 months ago when Saban left. That's how much I don't like Alabama. So I'm here. And guess what? I'm going to talk smack all day long. Go ahead, my stepson.
Yeah. I am Gino. That was my son, Ed. But I am a DJ, truck driver, podcaster. I started making dress suits for Easter. I'm gonna do everything. But look, hey, yo, that was crazy. Um, but
Pause.
yeah, but these guys, we have conversations that I felt should be brought to the masses, and brotherhoods were formed. We all play fantasy sports together, and friendships and brotherhood were born through sports. And I think, a lot has been talked about sports changing and sports being rigged and players getting paid and just the downtrodden sports. But if you love sports like I do and like these guys do, sports builds things. It builds rivalries, uh, builds brotherhood. You can sit down at a stadium, somebody you never seen, and have a great conversation. And during this time, with the world going through, I think sports needs to be uh, kept together and shown that it could produce positive things like this podcast. So just stay tuned, get on board early, subscribe, like, follow the pages on Facebook, TikTok. It's gonna be everywhere. Just you know, you'll be blessed to say, "Hey man, I remember them guys first started," because this gonna be a thing. I promise you. All right, fellas. There's a lot of talking been going, but now the people gonna get to see if you really know what you say you know.
Mm.
It is NFL free agency season. NFL free agency season. Somebody give me one of the best moves you done seen. You done seen go down in this free agency period.
Well, I tell you what, Derrick Henry going to the Ravens, boy, they better watch out. That's all I'm gonna say. They had the number one rushing attack last year, with people getting hurt, and now they're bringing in this diesel in there with Lamar Jackson. Oh, come on, man, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying. In theory, it sounds like it's a great move, but Derrick Henry has so many carries and hits on that body in the lifespan of NFL running back. And I know he's been extraordinary. He's been the incredible hug. He's been trucking people, stiff arming people. But he got so many miles on the odometer. How much does he really have left in the tank? And I'm an Alabama fan, roll tide roll, but I don't play the bias game or whatnot. So they gained a king, but they lost a queen. And we all know in chess that you need the queen. The queen is the most powerful thing on the board. And on that note, we took Patrick Queen from the Baltimore Ravens and added to a team who has never had a losing season up under Mike Tomlin. So I see you talking about Derrick Henry, and it's hard not to talk about that super train that he once was, but they're paying him for what he's done, for not what he's about to do, because I think he's going to crash and burn. He won't be on my fantasy squad.
Joe, hold on. Joe, who you think had the biggest impact?
I mean, the biggest impact, I could be biased and say we had a great offseason, which we did, but I'm not going to go there. I'm going to say Hollywood Brown.
Hey, let the people know who we are, cause baby, we're gonna be on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, everywhere. They might be able to see your glorious jacket.
Oh man, how can you not see it, man?
I'm saying we're gonna be on airwaves as well.
Oh, Pittsburgh Steelers.
I think he was trying to say your skin match your jacket. I think he was throwing slick shots at you.
Still a nation, man. Y'all stop hating. I'm gonna tell you, since it's Sunday, I'm just gonna be honest with you. If you are a hater and not a fan of the Pittsburgh Steelers, there's a great chance that you might not make it into heaven. I'm gonna put that out there. So y'all better stop this foolishness, or you're gonna miss out on heaven if you hate on the Steelers, because it's still a nation, baby. It's still a country, Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
you know, I am a diehard Ravens fan. Ray Lewis, Ed Reed. That's about when I grew up and I first seen them. But we did have a great off season. Joe Steelers, y'all did have a great off season. I ain't gonna talk about the Cowboys, but
No
the
off season.
team that stole the free agent off season, I'm surprised ain't nobody said nothing about it. It's the Houston Texans. They
Danielle
went
Hunter.
they went and signed Joe Mixon. They signed what's that boy Hunter, the
Danielle
defensive
Hunter
player.
Yep,
Yeah,
Danielle Hunter, 16
out
and
of
a half sacks
LSU.
last year.
Oh, he a
that boy.
monster.
They
But
also
the
signed.
reason I say, let me make my point. DSPN. I said Hollywood Brown. Okay, there was a period of time last year when we thought the Kansas City Chiefs were dead. Their wide receivers had led the leagues in the most drops. We said, okay, Patrick Mahomes might make the playoffs, but he most definitely won't make the Super Bowl. That man heard what we were saying. 15, put on the cape, went on the road, beat Buffalo at Buffalo, beat the Ravens at the Ravens, and won the Super Bowl. Now they add Hollywood Brown, who is
They lost.
not a
They
mega
lost.
wide receiver, but early in the season, he was on pace to be a top 10 fantasy receiver in the
Yeah,
league.
he
So you add
They,
this
injury
they
to
lost.
prone,
Patrick Mahomes, it's
injury
going
They
to
lost
prone,
Taylor
supercharge.
Swift though. They lost
injury
Taylor Swift.
prone.
I mean,
yeah.
They
Hollywood
definitely
Brown
lost
can't stay
Taylor
Hey,
healthy.
Swift.
all right. Go ahead,
hey,
That's a
Jerry.
I'm
young
I'm gonna say
guy.
this, man, and I hate to say it, but it's a combination of the best and the worst move. Whereas the Broncos and the Bears got rid of what they call bologna, and Pittsburgh got steak, and that's the way I
Mm.
see it. First of all, the Pittsburgh Steelers was a quarterback away from being one of the best teams, and now you got somebody like I forgot his name for Ohio State. He gets to learn behind a veteran like Russell Wilson, and since he's been in Pittsburgh, which has only been about a week or two, you start to see his personality come back out. So he don't have to be Mr. Sierra. And he's heard a lot of criticism, so he is trying to change his identity. But I think a lot of times, and I'm gonna play it, a lot of time for these young quarterbacks, especially the minority, they're always put in position where they have to win, and the backup quarterback is there to take their job. Now he gets to learn behind a Super Bowl veteran, and also learning the different nuances, because Chicago, to me, they've never had a great quarterback. I can't ever recall in their history. So now that pressure is off of both Russell Wilson and that new quarterback. I'm gonna think his name sooner or later. But to me, that sets up
Justin
the
Fields.
present, and Justin Fields. It sets up the present, because I didn't think Pittsburgh was going to do nothing with the one they had before. And it also sets up the future where he gets to learn behind a pro and gets to actually study rather than trying to compete with somebody.
You
And
think he
also
learned?
Cowboys.
Y'all think he learned it? Y'all think he gonna learn behind the pro? He done been in the league 3 years. Or you
Yeah,
think?
but yeah,
But it's a difference when
I,
you're trying to learn behind a veteran or when that veteran is coming for your spot. Because if I'm a veteran and I want your spot, I'm gonna tell you everything wrong. But if I'm a veteran that's there to teach you, I'm gonna get you right. I'm gonna teach you everything correct. So now there's no pressure of somebody taking this spot, because ideally we know Russell will be there for the next maybe 2 years, and after that it's going to transfer. So there's not that pressure of saying you have to do this right now.
Hey, we could.
yeah,
You know, the world is always. We done seen it before. Shoot, Russell Wilson might get them to the playoffs, and we all remember what happened in Philadelphia. Carson Wentz had the best season of his year, and next thing you know, he go down. Nick Foles take him all the way to the Super Bowl and win it.
Throw them
We
foes.
could see
Yeah,
history repeat.
so I could
yeah. But you
draft
gotta,
Justin Fields.
yeah.
I could draft Justin Fields with my last pick. I don't have to worry about y'all sneaking in and getting him.
I ain't
Next
touching
year.
him.
I ain't
With,
touching him. Next year, he
Yeah,
might be on my
I
I,
radar,
love
but I'm
Justin
not
I
drafting
think
Fields.
he
him.
might take the job.
I think he's
Hey,
the greatest runner at the quarterback position the league has ever seen.
So
Justin
you want
Fields.
Ooh,
so
Justin
So
Fields?
Justin Fields.
No,
Not
I can't say
not this
that.
past
You
year, but
getting
the
a
year before, man.
Matt, Mike
hey,
Vick, Lamar Jackson. I mean, I'm not even a Raven fan, but Lamar Jackson got to be the best running quarterback I've seen. I know a lot of
Mike
y'all a
Vick.
bit older than me, but
we prisoners of the moment. Go back, not this past year, but the year before, where Justin Field won a lot of people they fantasy football trophies and stuff. And just look at the show he put on, game in and game out. How he ran away from cornerbacks to score a touchdown. How the stadium erupted. How he was throwing offensive linemen off because he had no offensive line with Chicago. The
I
man
would
put
give-
on a show.
Yeah.
I give still probably number 4 or 5, but Cam
Y'all give
Newton
us
was
some time.
still, Cam
oh
Newton
man, I forgot
was
about Cam.
very
I don't even know how
electric
that happened.
once he took
Oh,
off.
Cam.
Lamar Jackson saw what he did to the Bengals. That spin move still the
Steelers
first
fan
thing
not
you
going.
saw ESPN
Yeah.
today. And Vic built
Sick Vic.
Atlanta. Outside
Michael
of
Vick
Deion,
experience.
hey,
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 hold on. Somebody said
You
Vic.
mentioned Atlanta. Okay. Kirk Cousins got added to the fold in Atlanta. We all know they didn't have no coach. We picked up their coach as an offensive coordinator.
Hold
But,
on, brother. You just changed lanes on us. We were still talking
okay, well,
about
go back.
this.
Go ahead,
This
man.
we were talking about this oblivious statement you made that just
Man,
that
Justin
just
That's why he tried to
Fields.
change the subject. You know, we about to get on him.
No, go
Yeah.
ahead.
We gonna put your social, not your
Hey.
social.
That man highlight reel.
But you know what,
Social media tag.
Joe?
On a garbage team like the Bears with no
There
offensive
you go.
playmakers, no offensive,
No offensive line,
Man, that
no
damn
offensive
team
coaches.
terrible.
No playmakers. DJ Moore. You forgetting about DJ Moore?
DJ Moore wasn't there 2 years ago.
Oh, 2 years ago. I'm sorry.
Man, that man was phenomenal. Go back. Y'all didn't watch the tape. That man was throwing 300
Man,
pound
you
lines.
playing divisions, man. You playing
Cam Newton.
divisions. You got
Okay,
new
okay.
toy, and you. I know I've known for you to take up for Lamar Jackson. So what are you doing? Are you podcasting? What are you doing?
Why would I take up for Lamar Jackson? What are you talking about?
I've known for you to say good things about Lamar Jackson. I think.
I mean, I can say good things about you, but what you saying though? I don't understand what you trying to imply. What
I'm saying
accusation?
you don't put Justin Fields over Lamar Jackson.
Man, I just told you I put him over everybody who ever ran the ball from the quarterback position.
So let me ask a question.
Mm.
Go ahead, bro.
Who was the first running quarterback that started this thing that y'all know of?
John Elway.
Young boys, don't be
Nope.
quiet, young boys.
Nope.
I'm gonna let y'all have it because
Cunningham.
Pete
Randall
Maravich.
Cunningham.
I was gonna say
There you go.
Randall.
Cunningham started this shit.
Go ahead. I was gonna say Randall.
Randall Cunningham started this.
The
True.
Eagles.
Yeah.
Vikings. What the-
I mean, he used to hurdle
If
run.
we want to be honest,
Josh Moon. Josh
and
Moon.
they already called us the old heads and this and that. There was a quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings named Fran Tarkenton. Yeah, I know y'all. Most of y'all by now you know who he is.
You talking about,
Scramble
you talking about the
King.
lady from the nanny?
Scramble King.
The lady from the nanny. I'm just saying, man. You know,
Did they have one bar across their face mask back then, Joe, or was it like
Yeah, he had one bar.
okay?
I don't think they. No, they had more than one bar. Maybe the
I'm
field goal
just
kicker
asking.
for the Redskin Mosley had that one bar. But
Okay,
no,
okay.
I'm a historian of the game, man. But you go carry on.
For sure.
He was running against guys that had 4.9 40s at cornerback.
And your
They
poor
had
team.
5 flat 40s. Yeah, he looked it fast.
He was a white guy though. Caucasian really can't.
That don't
But
get
Steve
you don't
Young,
get no
my
extra
boy,
sticker
Steve
from me for
Young.
that.
Steve Young, whatever Young.
You don't get no extra sticker from me from that.
Okay. Cool.
Well, we're gonna let the people gonna be able to find you on social media and let you know that they
me
don't
know.
appreciate that
Man,
that
the
hot
Ravens
take
fans
from
about to
Jagger.
blow him up
Hey,
on Twitter or Facebook,
I
whatever
need-
you know.
Hey,
I'm a
Joe.
dinosaur. I'm not on Twitter. I need to get on Twitter. Huh?
Hey, I'm with you, Joe. And relative to who we talking about and what he had, see, we forget Michael Vick still had Dan Reeves, a multiple time Super Bowl coach who was in there. Or you look at Harbaugh, who coached.
Roddy White,
Yeah,
Algie Crumpler.
yeah. And so here's the thing about Moore too. When you look at the Bears, think about, and I'm calling it early. I hope they don't get that young man from USC because he gonna be hot garbage with the Bears. I have yet to see the Bears develop a quarterback since Jim McMahon in 1985. So when you look at no offensive line, no running backs, you got one receiver. We just got to double team him. That one, DJ Moore remind me of Calvin Ridley at Bama. You double team Ridley, all of a sudden Jalen Hurts don't look good. It was easy. You
I
scheme.
mean, they
They
signed
did
they
sign
signed
Keenan
They
Swift.
Allen.
signed Swift.
Signed
I actually
Swift.
had them on my
They
And
picked
they
up
got
Keenan.
Keenan
They
Allen.
picked up Keenan
They
Allen
got
too.
Keenan Allen too.
They got
So
Swift
they
and
all right.
Keenan Allen.
Yeah, they got.
Hey,
But if you
they could
the game is
they could
more in the trenches. If you don't have no O line, I mean O line and D line, you can't win in this league, man. No matter
Yeah,
how great
yeah,
your quarterback is, you got to
yeah,
protect your investment. The
yeah.
quarterback position is the most important position, not just in football, but in all of sports. That's why they pay the quarterback. Well, how much Mahomes making?
Hey,
Half a
hey,
billion, and his contract probably finna go up and whenever he feel like it. But he's such a great dude. He make it do what it do. He ain't your ordinary light skinned brother either. Shout out to the light skin.
hey, since we spoke on Calvin Ridley, what do y'all think about the signing of Calvin Ridley? Ed Mathis and Matrix.
oh
What do you think about the signing of Calvin Ridley to the Titans?
uh great question, Gino. I think it's hot garbage. You got a pretty decent quarterback. I mean, receiver with no quarterback. I just think it's backwards. So to me, Tennessee, unless they get a legit quarterback, they bought a Maserati with no engine right now because they ain't going nowhere with it.
Hey, I tell you what, that boy Will Levis may do something this
I'm
year.
gonna say you don't like Will Levis?
Will Levis may do something. He got some weapons. He got a runner and Tony
Mhm.
Pollard. He got them two
Ah
receivers.
man,
He got D
Tajay
Hop.
Yeah.
Steele's gonna take that spot.
You know
Hey,
what I'm saying?
Levis gonna
Tajay
be
Steele's gonna-
Levis, the
Steele's
light
gonna
skinned
end up
version
being
of Justin Fields in Chicago.
He showed
But
some potential last
Tennessee
year down
line
the
is
stretch.
That
okay.
man white.
But the thing is,
I saw like light skin. That's a whole
What?
Caucasian.
With alopecia.
Levi's got a cannon on him. That boy got a cannon on him.
Yeah.
But the
I mean,
Calvin Ridley
Tennessee gonna be
signing,
all right.
Hey, so did Kyle Bowler. We see where he went.
And then they got the boy
Listen.
Spears in the backfield as well. So yeah, they're gonna be all right.
they signed
Okay.
Pollard too. They signed Pollard.
Yeah.
Pollard gonna
Got
be
it.
all right.
Okay, Ridley went for $92 million.
Too much.
$92
Too
million.
much.
4 years,
But-
$92 million. The next in line was Gabe Davis, $39 million.
That's
to
crazy too.
the Jaguars. So
Jacksonville.
did the
Jacksonville,
Jaguars
yeah.
upgrade or?
But let me say something about Ridley.
Mhm.
I know where you
Everybody
going
had-
with this.
Everybody
I know
had
where
great expectation of him when the fantasy started. I know me and D targeted him in a lot of drafts and whatnot. But that year off seemed like it really hurt him. And you know that really is an old receiver, man. He's the same age as Amari Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
But came to college 5 years later.
I don't think he will get better. He needs to be put into a system where there's already great continuity at the quarterback position and with the OCs and stuff. But whoever his agent is, kudos to him. And then you want smart people on your team. How can this man start gambling and trying to make a few dollars and get his contract canceled, or $15 million or whatever? I can't remember what he was going to make for the season. So you want smart people on your team in order to win championships, because a fool and his money shall soon part. So you done gave this man a boat. He ain't got to do nothing else. He on a losing team. I just think it's going to be cancerous. It's not going to work out. You know, it sounds good in theory. Ridley, this, that, University of Alabama, running 4.3 40, this and that, but wasted money, man. Wasted money. Shout out to
Okay.
Kevin.
He will be 1,000-yard receiver this year. You heard
That's
it.
not
He get
saying much in
1,000, but he
that's
got
not saying much
17
in the
games to
league.
get that.
Yeah.
You can,
You
what's that,
get
50, 60 yards a game or something?
Right.
1,000 yards. But what's even
I'm-
crazier to me though is
That's some
they gave
private
that
school
money to Ridley,
children on here.
but they didn't want to sign AJ Brown to a 4-year, $100 million.
Come
They
on,
had
son.
him, but you-
Speak on it.
But you'll give Calvin Ridley 4-year, $92 million.
Make it make sense.
Jay Will, you went to private school?
No, I did not.
Oh, you
I
mad?
got my customer service voice on.
I'm just saying you mad. You like 56 yards with decimal.
Oh no, well, you know, I went to school for accounting.
Okay.
Mississippi, you trying to say he country? They ain't got no good schools down there.
Man, hey, I'm trying to get. Hey, Mississippi got sports gambling, and they got sponsors and stuff. We love.
Don't dodge the question. You
I have not talked.
Like they ain't got no mathematicians.
I love
down there in
Mississippi.
Well,
I
what you
love
know about
Mississippi and
Mississippi?
West Jackson State.
The
But
Let
interstate
me
that lead out
chime
of
in.
Mississippi.
Let me chime in just a little bit on Ridley.
go ahead.
He still
I
went
think
for
the state of
1,000
Mississippi
yards.
got more people in the pros than any other state, though.
We
He
built
went for
different.
Ridley
Go
still
ahead,
went for
GSP.
1,000. Ridley still went for 1,000 yards last year.
And your point, what that mean?
Off what? He got double teamed on 42% of his routes last year.
How many touchdowns he dropped?
Hey,
A bunch.
we not talking about that. We talking about everybody that lined up on the other side from Ridley. He drew so much attention that he made every wide receiver on the team better. Zay
What receiver?
Jones had-
What receiver that would be?
Zay Jones had a decent season outside of his injury. He would have been on pace for probably about 1,000 yards. Christian Kirk was what? Gonna probably say he probably was in the ballpark of 800 to 1,000 yards. So Ridley, he is worth the money. Now you out there.
Yeah, I agree.
He's
Now
not
you
a
out
true
there.
number one. He's not a true number
Is
one.
he-
You paying
all
him
right,
like
hey,
number
check-
one.
I got a question. I'm gonna let y'all
Hold
go.
on. Check me out.
I
Is
agree.
Ridley the best free agent wide receiver signed in this class you had? Ridley at
No.
23 million.
Nope.
Gabe Davis at 13 million a year. Darnell Mooney, 13 million. Chris Samuel, 8 million. Marquise Hollywood Brown, 7 million. Devin Duvernay, 4.2. Noah Brown, 4 million. And Devontae Parker, 1.2. So it's really the best wide receiver in that class.
Yeah.
How
Never.
much did Keenan Allen side? Keenan Allen got traded,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, he got traded. He had I think he got like a $30 million
Doesn't
cap
Free
hit,
agent
something like
signing
that.
is the people that was not on the team, not
Oh,
traded.
okay.
Okay.
Calvin
DSP.
And what about
Ridley-
resign? Do resign count? Because to me,
Hollywood Brown.
resign
Hollywood
count.
Brown.
I got Michael Pittman from the Colts. To me, he was the top.
Oh yeah,
might be
yeah.
free
That
agent
boy.
wide receiver.
Hey,
Oh,
yeah,
did,
that
did
boy
DSPN the one tell us about Joe Mixon?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then Joe Mixon was traded. He wasn't signed. So we was talking about free agent signing. Since
And
you just checked somebody else about
Yeah,
split between
yeah,
signing and
I got a
But
question.
Zach,
about
he
Gino.
said that was a great pickup.
Get
Joe
him,
Mixon,
Gino.
he
Get
ain't
him.
got much tread left on the tires either. And the Texans offensive line is not that good. It was patchwork throughout the year. I think 3 of the 5 starting offensive line that started the season with didn't finish the season. And the quarterback is on a different planet. That man might be the second best quarterback in the NFL behind Patrick Mahomes. You heard it here first. The boy he just ain't from this world. C.J. Stroud.
Let me speak on that technicality Gino just called me out on. He was technically traded, but he was one day from becoming a free agent. Because they entered into talks, that's the only reason he did not hit the free agent pool.
and that's smart.
That's
That
seventh
was
round
gangster.
for him.
That was
yeah,
gangster.
for
Something
sure.
you finna throw in the trash and then you got a little play for it. That's gangster. Listen, let's touch on running. Oh, yo. Let's not touch on running back. Let's talk about let's talk about the running back. Okay. Y'all tell me who the best to sign out of this class. Saquon Barkley, this per year. Saquon Barkley, 12.6. Josh Jacobs, 12 million. Joe Mixon, 8.5. DeAndre Swift, 8 million. Derrick Henry, 8 million. Tony Pollard, 7 million. Aaron Jones, 7 million. Devin Singletary, 5.5. Austin Eckler, 4.2. Zach Moss, 4 million. Antonio Gibson, 3.75. Gus Edwards, 3.25. I mean, you said trash, but look what you're paying for him. But go ahead.
Man, for
Well,
me,
I like
the most talented
go ahead.
running back is Saquon if he can stay healthy, especially going to the
I'm
Eagles
there
with that
with you.
offensive line.
I'm there with
But Josh Jacobs is a close second though going to the Packers. We know they got a good offensive line, good young quarterback, bunch of big, tall wide receivers. So those are gonna be my top 2 running backs out of there. But I'm gonna have to lean Josh Jacobs because he normally plays. I think Saquon probably will miss about 4 or 5 games like normal. So free agent signings might be Josh Jacobs, in my opinion.
What you got, Clutch?
I was gonna say the same thing, but I'm gonna go with Saquon Barkley. I know he's injury prone. I know he can't stay healthy, but what that boy brings to the table is nobody can match it. I mean, he's powerful. He catch the ball out the backfield. He's fast. Hey, I'm telling you, that just made the Eagles a lot better.
I would say this. I think, are we going by the name of the game? Because I actually like Swift for what they were doing. Number one, he's cheaper. Number two, he's younger. So to me, and I was a,
they don't have a
I was a
line.
big fan of Fournette. But when you take your feelings out away from it, he had too many miles on it. He had too many hits. So at this point, you got to realize Saquon Barkley, they don't just let you go like that. Like Derrick Henry, when he was 27, 28 in his prime, they didn't let him go at 30. When these teams let you go at the age of 27, Ezekiel Elliott is another one. That says a whole lot. So did you really upgrade? Because you're paying $6 million more for the same thing you probably will get out of Swift, just not the name.
I think it's not even close. I think it's Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley is a generational talent. Just
Penn
been
State.
stuck on a team that was just didn't deserve
Garbage.
him. They did nothing to improve the line or put talent around this guy. So he goes from offensive line that's ranked 30th, even though they draft linemen in the first round 3 years in a row, whatever it is, to offensive line that's been always ranked in the top 5, even though they losing all-time great center or whatnot. But to be in the backfield with Jalen Hurts with the threat of a quarterback like that is going to only improve what he brings to a team. And I think he's waiting for a moment like this so he can really showcase his talent and probably won't be that much injury prone for taking all these licks behind the line of scrimmage and trying to know everything on him every week in and week out. It's on me. The focus, the teams go into, we need to stop Saquon Barkley, number 26. So now you just can't do that with A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts.
Yep. Jalen Hurts.
Better OC system. It's, man.
And the other boy from Alabama.
I don't really think he's an upgrade over Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones just was hurt last year, but Aaron Jones is one of the sweetest running backs in this league. And if you don't believe that, just ask the Cowboys when he came into the playoff and baptized them in the name of the Father, the Son, and then the Holy Ghost.
Josh Jacobs didn't put up numbers.
I was about to say, I drafted
not
him.
last
He
year.
went off.
The year before he did.
Last year, he still went off this year after he got back in shape.
He stayed out.
Jones a monster, man. What a monster, man.
He stayed hurt. Aaron Jones.
He was just hurt.
Yeah, sure.
All the other years, he wasn't really hurt.
Well,
That
Well,
was
you
his
gotta look at what y'all
bad.
just
Your
said,
bad
though.
coach son. Huh?
you gotta look at it. He's another running back that's getting older, had a lot of touches.
Yeah, I agree with
He
that.
got more catches as opposed to Saquon as far as touches, but I'm sorry, he got
had
more.
one great year in this league. He really was.
Who's that, Jones?
I don't want to say a bust, but Josh Jacobs just sprung onto the scene 2 years ago when he led the league in rushing and this and that or whatnot. But his overall, since being in the pros, he really hadn't done much as a professional player.
He played for the
Hurt you
Raiders,
in
though.
fantasy. Hey, just to let y'all know, when it comes time for fantasy football draft, I'm gonna come back to this episode and see all the people y'all broke down. And if I'm in front of you in the fantasy draft, I'm gonna snatch Saquon Barkley. I'm gonna snatch y'all get Josh Jacobs on love. I'm gonna snatch Aaron Jones. We're gonna do some trade. But look, I'm a thrifty guy. I like to get a lot of bang for my buck. Pause. Zach Moss will outperform Mixon. What Mixon did this past year with the Bengals for $4 million. I believe that.
Yep, I was gonna say that too. I had him on my radar.
Joe Mixon
But
on his last leg, ain't much tread left on them tires. That ain't saying much. That's a
I'm
hot
saying
take.
it
Yeah,
is
Joe
saying
Mixon
much.
what?
You got him for $4 million,
So you
and
said
they paying Joe Mixon 8.5.
so we
The
said
observation, they put too much value on Mixon. Mixon's so happy right now. He took a pay cut last year to stay. They were gonna cut him last year. Stay on the team.
Yep. He took a pay cut to stay on the team.
Yep,
That
sure did.
offensive line is better than Houston offensive line. So how you gonna go over there and perform better with Houston? And then he was over there with Joe Burrow and Higgins and
Chase.
Chase.
Chase, though.
Now he
Well,
going to
that-
Houston. on, man.
Devin
But
Singletary did have a great year with the Texans.
Throw out the word great. That man had no great year. Come on now.
He had a balance. He had
Look
a
at
decent fantasy season
There you go,
towards the end.
man. Patrick Mahomes is great. You know what I'm saying?
But listen,
Fine, great.
The Heisman Trophy winner is gonna have a ball throwing to Austin Eckler, with the Commanders next year. Uh, that was a smooth move by the Commanders, especially to bring in a young quarterback
What?
that they should draft. LSU,
they
great.
should throw Jaden Daniels at 2.
Man, Austin Eckler has given us his best life. It's over with for him. Man, he was an
He's
undrafted
done.
guy from the very
He's
beginning. How
done.
he about 30? He lighted the tail. He going to the command. That's Brian
He's
Robinson
done.
backfield.
For
They just throwed him a little
4.2.
token because he can't catch.
Cheap.
Man,
He
didn't
should have
the
scored
salary
touchdowns,
cap of
though.
the NFL jumped up like $10 million? That's why all these running backs got really paid. It's a position where they was supposed to be dead, and you draft one and cut a starter and this and that. So they started paying out money. Look at what Swift. I think he was the first running back signed in the free agents running backs. Then he's the first domino to
I
fall.
want to say, yep. I want to say he was the first.
All right, now,
So
fellas, we got the hot seat. We're going to do the hot seat, and when you are called, you are to defend your team and let us know why your team had the best free agent
This gonna be
signings,
good.
and the other of us gentlemen will let you know why y'all didn't have the best signing. On the hot seat, Joe and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Joe, why y'all had the best signing, man?
what's understood don't need to be explained. I mean, you heard Sims talking about it earlier about how we just stole Russell Wilson for $1 million and compliments to the chef over there in Denver, Bronco Nation, where they pay the other $37 million of his salary, or whatever the astronomical figure is or whatnot. And then initially, they thought Justin Fields taken for like a second round, maybe third round draft pick, but nobody showed any interest in him, which we was interested the whole time. So we just played the clock, tick, 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 tick. Now the draft is right around the corner, and they got to get something for him. And here comes Smooth Tomlin, who's been loving Justin Fields from day one when he came into the draft. So if he ever had an opportunity to get Justin Fields, he was going to do that. That's why with Mike Tomlin, they did a poll around the NFL. If it's any coach you want to play for, who would it be? Everybody said Mike Tomlin for the most part or whatnot. Okay, but we got the two quarterbacks for under $5 million. So we got two starter, capable quarterbacks in one locker room. Two black quarterbacks, two black coaches. But that's not the point. But also,
Speak about it.
a great nation with Patrick came into his own playing beside that monster linebacker they picked up from Chicago. His name escapes my head. No deep, I don't know the name off the top. But we got him as well. And our defense, one of the best defense in the league. We got cornerstone pass rushers. We got Hayward in the middle. We got Minkah Fitzpatrick on the back end. But we haven't had a linebacker since Ryan Shazier, the Ohio State. So we've been piecing together garbage linebackers here and there. So now we done solidified the position with a guy from LSU, running 4.5 40. He's from the Ravens, so he's hardcore. And that rivalry is still one of the best rivalries in football. So
hey man, we didn't ask you all that. We didn't ask you about no. You're right. Yeah, we didn't. Hey, you putting on the infomercial. Does anybody have anything to say? Does anybody have anything? Because sometimes the hot seat just ain't that hot with what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Can anybody? Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to say something about that mess he just said. Russell Wilson over the hill.
How can you say you're over the hill?
I just said it.
He looked like he was over the hill.
Deacon. Let me back you up, Deacon. A man
You got a
can't run a
coach that
locker
don't
room. He
support
can't run his
you.
own
He
house.
sabotaged Russell Wilson's season to run him up out of. He had no plans on keeping Russell. He didn't care nothing about that. They gave him all that money, all that power and control. So he did it the way he wanted to do it. He embarrassed that man. I don't know why Russell Wilson took that, especially on national TV like that. He would have never did Drew Brees like that, but he could do Russell Wilson like that.
Was it
But
that
He never did E. Sims like that.
Who is that? Ed
And
Matrix.
Cam, hold up.
you say his best.
And
He threw
Cam
26
Hayward,
touchdowns
Cam
last
Hayward,
year. I mean, look at the garbage we had at quarterback. Pickett, he probably had like 13 touchdowns last year. Then we had garbage can Trubisky. Then we had Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Man, we had nothing. Now we got Russell Wilson. He's in a place that's
he
going
is
to
better
love
than
him.
what you. Hold
He's
up,
in
hold up,
a
hold up.
championship caliber team. Man, a coach
Was he
that's
that?
going to love him, going to bring the best
Did you
out of
say any?
He-
Did you say any of those things before
he's
he was on
better.
your team, brother?
You know he did
Nope.
not. He did not.
I'm on medication
Nope.
right now, so my mind come and go. So you should have let me go last so I can really put that thing together, man. That's on you. You're supposed to recognize that when I'm on drugs and stuff like that. And let me simmer and woosah and get my thoughts
Now
together.
you know
my
we're gonna
thoughts.
clip some of this stuff. You know we're gonna clip
Painkillers.
some of this.
Nobody's on this
And
podcast is on
Cam-
drugs. Just throwing it out there.
Cam Hayward, not on
Painkillers.
drugs.
Joe, I don't think they
Painkillers,
got much.
man.
I mean, Joe, Trigger Man. I'm gonna say Trigger Man, but Trigger Man, Trigger Man, Joe. I
Say it
don't
like
think they
Jamaican.
really can say. I don't think they really can say much.
I
Cause
mean,
y'all did
it,
that. Cause the Bears
it,
won. The Bears
it's
didn't know if they was trading no boy or not. Justin Fields.
it's some,
They didn't know
it's
they
some,
were gonna go with the first pick, and we'll get to that when I get on the hot seat. We'll
hey,
discuss Justin Fields.
it's some stuff to say. Because number one, Deontay Johnson, he dropped a lot of passes,
Yep.
but y'all haven't replaced him.
Who's the
Now,
best team? Who's the best team in the draft to draft wide receivers?
the best team that
Rams.
draft wide receivers.
I'm about to say the Rams,
The
Puka,
Rams.
Cooper Cup, so on.
The Rams ain't missed in a long time.
Steelers. I'm gonna say the Steelers.
Y'all talking about back when y'all was like me and
Lions.
ESPN age.
Yeah,
They used to do a lot. They used to get a lot of top notch wide
Well,
receivers, but
I mean, Antonio Brown, he was
6th round
great,
pick. 6th round pick.
but since Antonio Brown, you saw what happened when AB left and
What
y'all
about
was
Santonio Holmes?
man, I was in high school, no middle school when he played.
Yeah, hey, Santonio
I'm 30,
Holmes
well 9-year-old.
Okay,
single-handedly
what about
destroyed the
Pickens?
Cardinals in the
What about
Super
Pickens
Bowl.
right now with subpar quarterback? Look at Pickens.
I give you Pickens. I give you that. I give you
So,
that.
so that's the point I'm making. So we just talking from AB because that's when we kind of all started playing fantasy and start really getting into focus and things like that. Since AB, y'all drafted Juju Smith-Schuster next. He turned out to be trash once AB left.
TikTok star.
Then after Juju, y'all went and got was it Claiborne? Trash.
Yeah.
Then who y'all
He
went
said,
and got?
how many touchdowns he had as a rookie with Pittsburgh?
How many did he have last year? 0, I think.
He went with Pittsburgh.
That man looking for a job right now.
With Pittsburgh.
But we talk about the ones.
Deontay Johnson, he won NFL receiver.
Y'all let him go for what?
Led the league and dropped, didn't it?
He's a bad locker room guy. He's not a team guy. But that don't diminish what he brought. Sometimes most of the times on the field,
how many passes he dropped? Trash.
He led the league, I think.
I can't recall.
Like
No, he didn't lead the league. Now stop that.
I guarantee you top 2, top 3.
Trash.
All right, we're gonna end the hot seat on that one. I don't think y'all can do nothing with that man. When he brought Pickens out, I don't think. Listen, next on the hot seat
All
we
world,
got
man. All world.
DSPN representing the Baltimore Ravens. That's my side team.
All right. Well, of course, we all know we signed the team. I'm very, very happy for it because our running back boosted up a little bit, and especially if Keaton Mitchell come back healthy this year, that'll be a great 1-2 punch. Defense-wise, I do hate that we lost Patrick McQueen, but we do got
LSU.
We still got Roquan Smith. hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers. Hopefully we get Jadavion Clowney back. He fit into our scheme really, really well.
He does.
We signed our defensive tackle. I cannot say his name, so I'm just gonna say the African. Y'all know who he is.
Who you're racist.
But one thing about us, you want to talk about the Pittsburgh draft. We don't miss in the draft. We don't miss in the draft.
Y'all want best ever do it. Ozzie Newsome. I don't think he's still on the squad no more though.
No, he's not. He left. His last year was after he drafted Lamar. He didn't draft
He in the front office somewhere, isn't it?
Yeah, but
Yeah, in the front office.
Okay, yeah, okay.
He drafted Mark Andrews, Lamar Jackson, and he drafted the tight end that went on to Atlanta.
Garbage.
He now in I think he with the Browns now.
Hayden Hurst.
Yeah, Hayden Hurst.
Yeah, garbage. First round.
I mean, hey, he put up numbers now. He's still a good
Oh,
player.
you gotta stop.
All
Everybody
right. Anybody got something to say about the Baltimore Ravens not having a good free agent season?
You see how he
I
was
do.
talking with no type of conviction? He talking all light about he wasn't even
Yeah.
passionate talking about his own squad. So deep down, he know they didn't do such a great job with this offseason stuff. And what I said earlier about Derrick Henry, he felt that he hearing that. They might well re-sign what's that dude that killed himself, the running back from Ohio State.
We're gonna get
Oh,
killed.
correct.
The one that get hurt every year for the Ravens.
J.K. Dobbins.
Oh, J.K. Dobbins.
That's it,
J.K.
J.K.
Dobbins.
Dobbins.
Hey,
Hey,
J.K. Dobbins on the way to Dallas.
Hey, excuse me,
Hey,
sir. What about
hey, man.
somebody said? Go ahead.
I just want to know this. Nothing against Derrick Henry because he's one of maybe one or two Bama players I actually have a high level of respect for. So I can't ever say nothing bad about Derrick Henry, except for them little bitty calves he got. But outside of that, y'all had the number one rush offense in the last 3 years, and you upgraded by getting Derrick Henry by still having the number one rush offense. So if you can have a number one rush offense with your starter every year getting hurt and playing with third stringers, at some point you're never going to get a dynamic receiver with Lamar because it's the stigma that says he can't throw. At some point you're going to have to get a legitimate receiver. I'm thinking about Michael Thomas before he went on his high end. You got to get a big receiver, a big target with your hands on the outside that's not looking for a lot of yak, but just looking for catches because you have no goal line presence as far as passing. You have nobody that can stretch the field. And to me, I think it's a disservice to Lamar because he's not there.
He's a midget receiver, but he's a great
Mhm.
receiver. But
Well, how about we say this?
Their organization is they gave
Mhm.
OBJ $16 million last year coming off an injury. Why would you pay that man that type of money when his best days was in the Giants? He didn't work
It's
out
called
in Cleveland.
desperation.
He did a little bit in the Rams because they were loaded or whatever. But
No, I'm saying
You signed him in fantasy football, didn't it?
no, you
Hey,
were trying that.
One of y'all did.
let me
To
tell you
me,
Somebody did drop Odell. I don't know who.
we took the best wide receiver available. But
Pay him that much money.
but listen, hey, we had it to spend. But don't worry, because Debo and Ayuk, who ain't getting treated right over there in San Fran, we've been on the phone every day with them. Don't be surprised if one of them comes and be in a Baltimore Ravens uniform next season. And like I said, we've been building through the draft. We drafted Mark Andrews. We did draft Hollywood Brown. He dropped a lot of passes, so I will speak on that once he gets to the Chiefs shoot. He's just a smaller version of Marvin Scantling. But we drafted Mark Andrews. We got Rashad Bateman. He's coming into himself. We got Flowers.
How you coming to himself? You been
He's
there how many
coming
years?
into himself, and we on target to draft the guy from Texas this past season.
All right, Cliff.
but I want to say this. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'm about to say this. I look at Tua, and let me show you how you build to help your quarterback. You have a quarterback, one of the most explosive quarterbacks in the league, And the bad stigma is that he can't throw, which is a false narrative. So the same thing was said about Tua a couple of years ago. Even I said he was hot garbage. He just garbage, but not hot garbage. He ain't on fire yet. But what I'm trying to say is they went out there and got Hill. They drafted Waddle. They went and got all these speed receivers to put around him to develop him as a quarterback, because now we're not saying that he can't throw. Right now, you're getting a bunch of team's third receiver and trying to say Lamar go win. He's not going to win. Derrick Henry, maybe, hey, we'll give him kudos, but you already had the number one rush offense with a third string running back. At some point, you got to get him a quality receiver that's not up and coming. We talked about Calvin Ridley. I ain't saying he the best, but you could have went out and got him. He's going to change your franchise. I just think that y'all receivers, hot garbage.
He harping on Debo or Ayuk. They are not number one receivers in this league. They just a product of an offensive system that is just fantasy friendly, but they not no Justin Jefferson, Chase,
Trigger man,
not even a Keenan Allen.
Trigger man. Trigger man. Listen, we're not going to acknowledge that. Trigger man joke. We're not going to acknowledge the wish I could and. You got a hole in your pants like Prince, because that hot seat done burn you up. You should have drove with Derrick Henry, but you sitting here talking about we on the phone with people and what we going to do. I asked you about your free agency, and you sit there talking we gonna call Debo. We gonna no.
Call Tyrone.
Yeah, how you putting that on the Trigger man? Why you putting that on DSPN?
No, I told the Trigger man don't even worry. You didn't have to keep on piling on him. Because he was cooked. He was cooked. When he started talking about calling Debo, he was cooked. So
he tapped out.
I might get cooked, but look, I'm gonna let you know you cooked. You cooked.
I mean, I'm always tell everybody. I've been telling people for years. We are a wide receiver away.
And like Ed said, you went and got a running back. We're a wide receiver away, but you went and got a running back.
You can draft.
Upgrade. I feel Derrick Henry still.
Dave Davis.
Wide receiver away.
He better than what they got.
Hey, y'all,
I'll take him over Derrick Henry.
Check this out. We're gonna go to Clutch. Clutch representing the Dallas Cowboys. Boo!
I can't really laugh.
Clutch representing the Dallas Cowboys. Other than a haircut by Dak, what did y'all get? This free agency.
He got a case floating on him, though.
Yeah. From 2000.
Hey, let the man talk. He on the hot seat.
Oh, my bad.
Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Let me talk about the long snapper we re-signed and this line. No, we didn't. We got a linebacker on trade, so that he don't even count. I have nothing to say. I really have nothing to say. If I'm a Cowboy fan. If y'all want me to take it back to the old time, now I can take it back.
Hey, we don't want to say about I'm sorry. I'm gonna let you get your.
I don't want to talk about our 5 Super Bowls now. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that.
Y'all haven't been to a Super Bowl over 25 years.
Mr. Million, can I say something about the Super Bowls?
Hey, we beat Pittsburgh in 96 and we beat Denver in 78. Come on.
78, 96. I was 2. I got a 9-year-old.
Hold up.
You talking about
you had 2 Super Bowl wins over 2 of my comrades. So don't talk
2 times in the Super Bowl. What are you saying? 2 big.
Man, you talking about 78? My mama was born in 76.
So I can go old school on y'all. But on a serious note, y'all,
you gonna have to.
It's coming. It's coming. I mean, we just laying back. We're gonna do some things. I mean, the draft is not gonna be enough. I don't think the draft's gonna be enough. And I hate to say this, but this is what Jerry Jones gonna do. You heard it here first. He gonna go out and sign that garbage OBJ. Watch what I tell you. He gonna sign him. Watch. He gonna sign him, and if he sign him, boy, I might burn this jersey I got on. If he
Yeah,
signed him.
right.
Who running the ball for y'all next year?
OJ
Rico,
Simpson.
Little
OJ
short
Simpson.
man.
Rico
Man,
Dinwiddie,
I
and
don't.
Deuce
Dow,
Vaughn.
yeah, Rico Dow, yeah, that's the
Oh,
only one
Dow,
we
I'm
got
sorry.
right now. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't.
He didn't
Hey,
run this year 'cause I had him on my lineup.
yeah,
Thought he was
well,
gonna do
they
some
need to go out and get that boy. I mean,
preseason prints.
I know he stay hurt a little bit. That Deontay whatever Foreman guy from the Bears. I think he'll be a good pickup for a little bit of money with the Cowboys because he's a hard runner, very hard. So if we go out and get him, I think we might be all right because we can get him for maybe 1.2 million, 2 million, something like that. I think we'll be okay with that.
All right, anybody
And for
got
all,
anything?
hold up,
Oh, go ahead.
let
Go
me
ahead.
say
My
something.
bad,
For
Cole.
all you Cowboy haters, I know y'all say
Hate
Cowboy
on. Ain't
fans are
what
the
hate
worst.
on what? How is hate?
Let me finish. I know
You
y'all
gotta
say
call something to hate.
Cowboy fans we're delusional every year we go into the Super Bowl. You're damn right.
Facts.
What kind of fan would you be not to say that your team is going to the Super Bowl,
A
whether
real
it's
fan.
realistic or
A
not?
Bronco.
You're a
Hey,
fan.
watch
You're a fan.
Atlanta.
If you're a fan of your team,
You
if
gotta
you're
be
a fan of your
optimistic,
team,
man. Call it like it is.
if you're a fan of your team, every year you're going to the Super Bowl. And that's all I got to
Oh,
say
man.
about that.
I
That
be wanting the first pick sometimes.
Was it
But I
Patrick
get tired
Mahomes?
picking 8. I want the first pick. So I be like, please don't win no more. Once we but go ahead, we ain't talking about me yet. Anybody got anything to say about them Cowboys and what they did not do? Because I look on the list, all I do is see them losing players.
Yeah. Just look at my screen. Take this flamethrower to the whole Dallas Cowboy. That's all you do. Take this flamethrower and just burn everything. Everything.
This is
Like
my
a
Only
take on the
thing,
See,
Cowboys.
that's
thing
why we're
y'all,
America's team.
only thing y'all
He's proving
good
it
for
right
is
now.
that stadium.
They got offered to the Steelers first, though. A lot of people don't know
The
that.
only good thing y'all got is that stadium. But if I was you and all the other Dallas Cowboys fans that get high hopes and they dreams shot out the sky every year, I'd take a whole flamethrower and just start burning everything. Time to start over.
What did the Cowboys do with what that boy name that went third pick that the 49ers drafted?
Oh, you
Oh,
talking
Trey
about
Oh,
Lance.
Trey Lance.
Yeah, what they do
Trey
with Trey
Lance.
Lance? They
They
He
gave him
re-signed
I
him.
money?
think Trey Lance.
he still on the
I
contract
think Trey
for
Lance
one
gonna
more
end up
year.
in Minnesota. Trey Lance gonna end up in Minnesota. That's his hometown, I think.
Oh yeah, what did they do? Did they ever get a quarterback yet? Oh,
Sam Darnold.
No, not.
they get a boy from Michigan.
They
And
got Sam Darnold.
Joe, you had Trigger Man Joe, did you have anything to say about the
Of
Cowboys?
course. Man, the Cowboys. I couldn't even imagine being a fan of the Cowboys. But let me say this. Okay, Dak is not it. Now they thinking about giving Dak all this money. Have you already seen how the movie ends with Dak? He is not it. He is not the answer to getting y'all back to the Super Bowl. So y'all lost y'all center, y'all lost y'all tackle, a couple other, they lost y'all running back.
Lost y'all mind.
Y'all got to pay CeeDee Lamb. You got to pay Parson. Y'all already in salary cap hell. Thinking about giving Dak $300 million or whatever. Ain't no way you can give Dak that money. If you do that, it's death to the Cowboys for the next 25 years. Y'all want 25 more years and not going to the Super Bowl? Y'all gonna have to get Jerry Jones. He's senile. He's delusional. He's what's the other word? Schizophrenic, and his son ain't doing no better. But his son saved him one time because he wanted to draft Johnny Manziel in the first round. His son told him, "No, Daddy, we can't do that. We do that, it'll set the franchise back 5 years." So they drafted Martin, the offensive lineman out of Notre Dame. But the Cowboys do not know what they're doing, and they just living in the past, just like their fans living in the past. I can't talk about nothing right now, but I can tell you
Go
about something that happened 30 years ago.
Mouth. Go Mouth. He had enough. Take him up, clean him up, take him back inside.
You killed him. It's gone. The
You
maggots
remember
in the mouth.
on life when they were whipping about that cornbread? He done had enough, Trigger Man Joe.
One more
Take
point. I'm gonna let him go. They traded away Amari Cooper for a 5th-round pick. Kept Cooper and got rid of Lawrence. They paying Lawrence
Hey, why
$20
you
million.
why
When
you
the last
talking
time
about
Lawrence
old
made a
stuff,
sack?
man?
Lawrence is garbage.
Hey,
Cooper
why you
still
talking
putting
about
up
old
numbers.
stuff?
Matter of fact, Cooper won me my only trophy in fantasy football. Thank you, Amari Cooper, University of Alabama.
I didn't know you had got one.
Yeah,
I didn't know you had got one.
Amari Cooper
What league
kicked
that
me
was?
out. Yeah,
Death Valley.
Okay.
Death Valley. Amari Cooper kicked me out of that league. Yep.
All right,
I'm-
we got Jay Will representing the Denver Broncos.
It's gonna be short and sweet. Short and sweet.
That's a slight upgrade from boy. I got to give it to Gino. He lined that thing up perfectly.
Hey, yo.
So
The floor is yours, Jay Will. I'm sorry.
No, you good. I ain't got much to talk about. But man, my Broncos, we doing a hard rebuild. I can't even get up here and lie and say we won the off season. We obviously we got rid of Russ. That created salary cap nightmare. We traded away our number 2 receiver and Jerry Jeudy. Only thing I can say is we created some cap space to get this rebuild started. You got rid of Russ, him and Sean Payton and see eye to eye. And we signed. We cut Justin Simmons too, so we got a cheaper version of him with Brandon Jones. But other than that, we ain't do nothing but move a little money. We gonna still be better than a couple y'all than Atlanta probably. No, I know probably we'll have a better record.
Stop it.
All right, anybody got anything to say?
Hey, well,
about that?
hold up. I will say they do have the number 1 corner in the league. That's all I got to say.
Man, ain't no number 1 corner
Surtain,
in the league.
baby.
Surtain, number 1 corner in the league.
Let me see, number 1.
I think they
He's top
set
2.
up. They might set themselves up to go get Shadur next year. I believe. I mean, if you gonna suck, hey yo, suck, really suck.
How about to say,
But
bro?
don't be mediocre. Don't be mediocre. Don't be mediocre.
You say you got to be the GOAT?
How many draft picks they got?
Well, yeah, we do have. I will say this: we do finally got a first-round draft pick this year after the whole Russell Wilson trading away 2 years worth of draft. So we got a couple draft picks.
Y'all could have got Justin Fields.
I know.
When
I saw him go for a 6th-round pick.
So who
I was disgusted.
who's the
I
quarterback?
don't think they
for Denver?
put Justin Fields out there, but to a couple teams like something not right. Something ain't go right.
Yeah,
Sean
for a
Payton don't want no
6th-round pick.
quarterback
You
like
mean tell me we ain't pressed the button? But then again, you look at it. Justin Fields not really a Sean Payton type of quarterback.
Yeah,
He
y'all
didn't
get
like
Bo
Russell.
Nix.
No.
Y'all get Bo Nix. Y'all be all right.
That's what I hope we go for.
Because
Bo
if Justin Fields
Nix.
ain't Shadur ain't either.
Yep, I
Nix
know.
ain't down
We're
for two.
gonna have to go with Bo Nix or
The name don't
JJ
even sound like
McCarthy, somebody
a
like that.
winning name. And the winner of the Super Bowl, Bo Nix. Bo Nix is garbage too. He went out to Oregon and got a little name. What was he at Auburn? He was pure trash. He went out there to the Pac-10 where the defense ain't heavy and it's offensive.
Since we speaking on that, great point. Quarterbacks don't come from the SEC. Other conferences build quarterbacks. So he did
What?
Oh, they don't come from the SEC?
Yeah, not really.
Cam Newton, Joe Burrow.
No, numbers come from other conferences. Quarterbacks do come from the SEC.
Name them.
The
You
quarterback
got quarterbacks from other conferences coming into Dart for Ole Miss. I mean, you got quarterbacks coming
You got Jalen Daniels, top 3 quarterback pick this year.
Name the SEC quarterbacks in the league.
SEC quarterbacks in the league. Joe Burrow.
You got that garbage Matt Jones.
Tua.
I was about to say.
We can name all of them from Alabama. Hell, y'all want to do it?
Jalen Hurts.
That equals 1.
He came from Oklahoma.
Oklahoma in the SEC.
Not
ESPN. ESPN. But in June they'll be.
Check now.
Most Alabama players don't even pan out in the pros.
Hey, what?
No.
What
is
LSU hey, his real name. Hey, follow him on Facebook, man. Now y'all see, man. What are you talking about? You okay?
It's that medicine. It's the pain
Stud
Just
thing.
players in
you both,
who the stud players in the NFL from Alabama?
man. Come on,
Like
man.
right now, or like over the last 5 to 6
Yeah, right
seasons.
now,
Which
right
one?
now, right now, right
I
now.
did not say anything about the other players because other positions do make it in the league. I'm just talking about SEC quarterbacks. It's
Okay,
only
okay, I
about
got you.
5.
Trent Richardson couldn't even see.
Hey, the
Man, that
He
man
SEC,
couldn't
supposed to
even
win the
see.
Heisman Trophy. I mean, what are you
What
talking?
Judy supposed to be
I'm
like
saying you, but
the
you
best route
hold
runner
you
coming out of college in the last
man.
25. What Judy
This
did?
another show. Y'all done turned into another.
hey,
This ain't
Okay,
we,
okay.
on
we
the
We're gonna come
just,
back
docket.
next week with this.
hey, we
We'll
just gonna
come
snatch
next
this,
week. Crazy
we
Joe.
just,
That
we
was
just
name
gonna
was
Joe.
gonna
snatch
be
this
talking about
whole
Trigger
segment.
Man Joe.
We
Trigger
gonna
Man Joe.
snatch this
Name of
whole
Crazy
segment.
Joe.
Man,
And they
We
I
gonna
shoot anybody. You on the
We gonna get
payroll.
him
You
a
got to
bat.
go.
We gonna get him
hey
a bat.
from
Crazy Joe.
from from the one
He just was singing Mark Cooper praise just then.
from
He
You
just praised him winning his
cause I'm a
championship.
clip it. I'm a clip it. Where
from
you talking
48
good
minutes
about
to
Mark Cooper.
hour
You
5. We
talking
just
good
gotta
about
push it.
Calvin Ridley. You talking good about
I ain't talk
Derrick
good
Henry.
about.
This
I ain't
that.
talk good about Calvin Ridley.
Well, I'm gonna make it where you did.
See, he that delusional Alabama fan, die hard. But you look at it,
No.
all these cats, Alabama man, they Nick Saban and this and that, but they call the league and they be bust, man. They
No,
don't
they
do much.
don't, cuz.
Yeah,
That
they
man
sure
just
do.
showed you the Patrick Surtain jersey. Where you think he went to school at Boston College?
Okay, well, what about all them other ones that went in the first round? What they
Harvard.
doing now?
Who you want to talk about? You want to talk about
Ha
the other
ha.
Running back.
cornerback?
Look at the Steelers
Yeah, I
running
was about
back.
to say, ha. He had a good little run.
Man, ha was garbage. Stop it.
Hey,
What my
let's go
boy
to
for
the next segment. Let's go to the next segment. Let's keep going.
yeah, because
We got
Yeah, I'm about to say, let's talk
we're
about
gonna talk
these
about another
ain'ts.
show. You're gonna stand on that what
Yeah,
you
let's
said.
let, let's
Oh,
yeah, let's talk. Let's get to them Falcons.
you don't want to go
No,
to
no,
LSU
no.
and compare
No, we're going to the
Now we
Alabama
go
when
Saints.
it
to
comes to
hey, we're gonna go to college. We're gonna have a long summer where we
go
can
to commercial break, coffee break.
no, we're gonna have a long summer where you can you you can show your shenanigans before we can talk about college football. Listen, now we're going
True.
to Ed Metrics and the New Orleans Saints.
Derek
All
Carr,
right.
Got
baby.
Hey, I'm gonna say this in free agency. The best thing we did was let the Falcons sign Kirk Cousins. So that's 2 victories already. All right. Then we let the Tampa Bay Buccaneers keep Baker Mayfield. So that's 2 more. So we just did addition by everybody else adding on to their team. But we didn't think, and sometimes uh, personally, there's nobody out there that's going to change the game for real. So there's no key free agency. So we're going to do addition by subtraction. We're going to get rid of Michael Thomas and that bloated contract. And I hate to say this, but I love him and he's a franchise. But at this point in his career and what we're doing, it's trying to get some value trade with number 41. I just think it's time for him to go, not because of what he can't do, but what can he bring to the team? Because he's a one-man show and he's just not in a position to carry us in the way that to carry us. So we need to go get some draft capital for him. So we're doing addition by subtraction, and we letting the Kirk Cousins show, hot garbage, do the talking for us.
anybody got anything to say with that? Because that sounds like somebody that didn't have a date to prom and want to say, well, everybody else going to prom. I'm just going here. Yeah, man,
Mhm.
come on, man, that was garbage. You had more to say about the Falcons than you did the Saints.
Only because you open it up. You know what that sound like? It sounds like you finally took the fat girl to the prom, and you mad because we went solo and didn't spend no cheeseburger money on her.
Hey, you
Hey
took the
man,
crazy chick.
who
You
Hey,
got
does
rid of the
BBWs
crazy
too? They
chick.
man,
got to get some
I
subscribers.
love the BBWs, man. I don't know what this clown talking
Hey,
about.
yo, yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
I do too, except when I gotta take a prom
Let me
picture with
stop
her.
for my old lady pop up in here. Hold on, I don't know where she at in the house.
Hey,
Hey,
follow
hey,
him on his socials,
listen,
y'all.
that opinion is his and his alone.
Only. Listen, the best thing you did was got rid of somebody. But he was the mascot for your team because your whole fan base crazy and delusional and insane and just spout out stuff that don't make sense. Y'all got rid of your mascot, Jameis Winston.
Mm.
Hot garbage.
Yeah. High garbage.
Uh,
Gonna run up the score.
Hey, that's what you're supposed to do. We ain't got no sportsmanship. You want
Yeah.
sportsmanship? Go play football at the YMCA.
And the Browns crazy for signing. What do y'all think the Browns should have signed him over Flacco? Should have
Yeah.
signed Wacko over Flacco?
Yeah,
Yeah.
They
100%.
should have bought. I heard Washington want him to come back though. I don't know how true that is, but
They said it would have caused a little tension in
no
the
friction.
hey.
We can't say Friction and Watson at the same sentence.
Oh yeah, my
I
bad.
said tension.
Get that man back his massages.
Anybody got anything else to say about the Saints?
They're gonna be.
I think they're gonna be probably number 3,
They'll be-
maybe number 4 in their division, probably. But
They'll
other
be
than that, I ain't
2
got nothing to
wins
say.
better than the Panthers. It ain't too much to say about it.
I don't know. I
Well,
don't even know about
hey.
that.
On the way
Panthers
out,
stepped
I just
up.
want to say, everybody on this podcast, the last time the Saints played those teams, they did win with Derek Carr. I'm out. Matter of fact, we beat the Broncos. They couldn't even find a quarterback. They put the kicker at quarterback. That was pathetic.
Man, that's because everybody else got their games rescheduled. They wanted to make an example out of us. We had to play with the special team wide receiver as quarterback, but he in the Hall of Fame though. His wristband, whatever, in the Hall of Fame. So we'll take that.
Speaking of prom dates, shout out to Michael Thomas because he done finesse the Saints to sleep. He done rolled in a limousine. He had the top finest prom dinner. He done took pictures and everything. At the end of the night, nothing. Y'all got nothing from Michael Thomas. And now you gonna get rid of him. Come on, man. You can't win like that, baby. You can't win being finessed at the prom night, baby. Y'all about to win everything. Nothing happened.
Yeah, lying. Hey, the new Michael Thomas, y'all tight end because he been finessing y'all and everybody in fantasy the last 3 years too.
All right. With that, since it's so much Falcon talk already before, you got Gino DJ Ellenboy, and I'm representing the Atlanta Falcons.
We say DJ Yellow Boy. What'd you say?
Yeah, DJ Laser Boy, Ellenboy, Yellow Boy. Call me anything but broke.
Oh.
But you can do
DJ
that.
Light
My wife's birthday was yesterday, so I am broke. You can call me broke today. But, listen, we got rid of a tight end. That was good, and
see how his energy done fell down talking about his own team, and energy just
oh yeah, I don't know what happened to him. And then this supposed to be his shine time when we're gonna talk about the Falcons. But look, we got rid of tight end. Smith, he did some good things in fantasy. But I didn't see that double tight end set, was a part of a free agent signing for the Steelers because they went and got the Atlanta Falcons coach to be their offensive coordinator. That should work. Y'all got 2 quarterbacks and the coach don't want to run the ball all the time.
I thought we were talking about the Falcon. Why you talking about greatness?
I'm like Sims. When my boat ain't floating, I gotta look over there. Listen, we got what did we do? I mean, we really didn't.
Y'all ain't do much. Y'all making the playoffs this year.
We lost.
Y'all spent.
I'm not done. Wait, I'm
$200 million
lost
quarterback with only one playoff win in his.
Listen to me. We lost Okuda. And that's about all. So what now? What y'all?
Okuda was like a top 3 pick in the draft, and Detroit got rid of him, and y'all picked up that trash.
But we also got Bates. We also got Bates last year, so I trusted.
That was a nice time last year, though.
I trusted our GM we got from the Saints. The best thing came out of Louisiana since the Cash Money billionaire.
Y'all gonna draft Shador?
How? In the second round next year? We're going to playoff this year. Why would we draft Shador? We got a quarterback. Oh yeah. We did sign Kirk Cousins.
Hey, y'all going to playoffs? Y'all got some tickets y'all got already?
We're going to playoff, brother. 'Cause I
Hey,
ain't gonna
Hey,
bet no Mountain Dew.
I will
Like
say
no,
this, and I want to go on the record and say this: Kyle Pitts will be top 2 fantasy tight end next year.
It's a top
facts,
2.
Top 2 fantasy tight end next year.
facts.
I can see that.
hey, I know somebody said we couldn't reference this, but I'm gonna go back to Joe. At least Joe admitted he was on it. We may need to test you on that one.
Are you?
He basing
What?
that off because Kirk Cousins loved to target the tight end
Tight end.
position. But Kirk Cousins is an older quarterback. He's coming off a significant injury. I know
So is the
Kirk
tight
Cousins,
end.
all guaranteed contracts. That man has done a great job of robbing NFL teams of money. The man got one playoff win all the time he's been in the NFL.
I don't
200
care
million
about.
to him.
I don't care how many times he play on. Hey, Kyle Pitts will be top 2 tight end fantasy football next year. Draft him early.
Hey,
Yeah,
you must think we Ellis.
And I done drafted them twice, 2 years straight. I can't do it next year, but
that's
Shit,
me.
I
and
trade,
then
I
Joe,
trade,
and
I
then
traded
Joe,
for his ass
Joe
last
drafted
year.
all the Falcon players, but then I really don't see what he should have to say in
What's
this segment.
all the Falcons? Explain yourself. Elaborate.
Man,
What's
I try
all
to give you, I try to give you everything for my boy, my running back.
all?
Bijan.
Yeah,
I
I
drafted
try to
from
give
that trash
everything.
Falcons team, and he wet the bed.
How? With your coach, with your new coach. Congratulations.
How does my new coach?
Congratulations, your new offensive coordinator.
Yeah, correction. There you go. Get stuff together, man.
That's
That's
your
that's where
coach?
he's best suited. Okay, when Tannehill had his best years in Tennessee,
He best suited at FedEx with his daddy.
they was the number
That's what
one
he best.
seed. They was the number 1 seed in the AFC with Tannehill.
You saw what happened though. They
You
got
didn't have
bounced.
Derrick Henry. Did Derrick Henry come with him? No, you let Derrick Henry go to your division rivals.
He dead man walking.
You got
man.
that fake Derrick Henry on your team. See, that's how you do when you're not really comfortable with what your
Najee
team is.
Harris.
You
I
start
hope
talking
we
about the
cut Najee
Steelers.
Harris.
You fell for it, Joe.
Najee Harris is not it.
I'm not confident in Kirk Cousins yet, so I led you to talk about your team. I learned from Sims.
We've never had a
I mean,
losing season under Tomlin, and we've had no quarterback for the last years. Even when Ben was at the tail end of his career, he wasn't a real quarterback.
who's the best quarterback taken from this year free agency? You had Kirk Cousins at $45 million a year. Gardner Minshew, 12.5. Sam Darnold, Jacoby Brisket, Marcus Mariota, Drew Lock, Jameis Winston.
It's Russell Wilson, man.
Mason-
1.2 million. 1.2 million.
How is it Russell Wilson, brother? Well, Russell
I'm gonna say
Wilson had
1.2 million.
Jameis Winston.
what did you have the Vikings going to the playoffs last year before the season started? Trigger man.
The Vikings going to the playoffs last year?
Yeah, before the season started, would you say the Vikings would have been a playoff team?
At most, I wouldn't think they. You know, but Kirk Cousins does this every.
What did you say? Is this yes or no?
Maybe, yeah, because Kirk Cousins always performed best.
No, maybe, yeah.
To get the new contract.
And then they lost Kirk Cousins and their season was destroyed. And they thought Josh could do something.
Destroyed even with Kirk Cousins. That's what you're not getting. That man got one playoff win the whole time since he's been in the NFL.
What Buddy did for the Lions? The one for the Rams, the one the championship with the Rams.
Matt Stafford.
Yeah, what did Matt Stafford do for the Lions? How many playoff wins he had for the Lions? Then the man went to another team and won a Super Bowl. Man, miss me with that.
I tell you how bad the Lions were. When they
The
did
Vikings?
when they did Barry Sanders wrong, they went 0-16, right?
Now you want to go to the 90s.
Okay, be careful.
I'm done. Anybody got anything else to say about the Atlanta signing of Kirk Cousins? Because I don't think what's the name was put out there like that. Justin Fields and
X-Man said add him back to the lineup or something. He dropped out or something.
I did. He right there.
He in there.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Um,
Yeah.
I don't think Justin Fields for sale, and you can't really play around with that when teams don't know if they want to trade their quarterback, and then they turn around and trade them to uh trade them to a different division and a team that already just got a quarterback. But it is
Man,
what it is.
we locked and loaded, baby.
Y'all got the quarterback for 1 year. He should teach a little bit, but he should teach a little bit because he's only there for 1 year.
Whether he teach or not, we squate.
Well, we know he's not a locker room guy. Hell,
I'm just, oh,
is Kirk Cousins a locker room guy? Do
I
Kirk
just,
Cousins get on the plane and put his chains
Shit.
on,
Iced
take his
out.
shirt off?
Captain
Is
Kirk.
Kirk Cousins a locker room
oh,
guy? The
let me,
quarterback
let
you
me,
have, is he a locker room guy
let me,
with
Hey,
his
just,
own office?
let me
Got a
just,
Super
Kirk
Bowl.
Cousins starting to sound like Justin Bieber.
He got a Super
hey,
Bowl. What Kirk Cousins got?
let me just eat in the statement because I know we about to
He
transition.
he blew a
I
Super
don't,
Bowl.
I don't see no difference between Russell Wilson with the Steelers that he was with the Broncos before Sean Payton. I don't see no difference with the offense. It's the same offense. They had two decent running backs. The Steelers got two decent running backs. He had Cortland Sutton and Jerry Judy. He got
Pickens
somebody
and
and
company.
somebody. Like, it ain't no different.
We are a winning tradition. Winning makes everything different. What are you
Man,
talking about?
listen, it's easy
Buffalo,
to
I
be
mean,
a bro.
Broncos been mediocre at best the last couple of years. They
Hey,
haven't been significant.
winning, a
One last thing, I
winning.
won a Super Bowl.
Hey, listen, a winning season just means you above 500.
2008,
Well, this hot
2008,
seat,
middle
this hot
school.
seat. Listen, this hot seat segment showed us who we can make some money for this year. Who really believe in that what they seen, and I believe Joe is what we might need to
He gonna be broke.
lean to. But well, I would let
mm,
DSPN. You know,
boy,
he analyzes those things. DSPN. I'm gonna let him
y'all
point
better
me.
bring it. Don't sing it. Y'all know what it is when you come over here.
Well, all right, we're going into the third segment of the show. First of all, I want to do something that I really don't want to do, but I'm a media member with these other gentlemen, so I want to congratulate. This will come out later. Well, this episode, but right now, I want to congratulate the Auburn Tigers for winning the SEC tournament championship in college basketball, and they're really,
SEC tournament.
yeah. I
You
mean,
ain't,
and the SEC is like the second,
you
known for
saying it
being
like
the
they won
second.
the NCAA tournament? Get
Well, hey,
clarification.
SEC it mean more, baby. It mean more, and they did that. They won, and it should have been them, Alabama, and we would have had to postpone. We would have had to start up
Alabama
later.
didn't.
Man,
It
listen,
shouldn't have. It
the
shouldn't have been
Auburn
nothing that
Tigers.
didn't happen. It shouldn't have been nothing that didn't happen. Y'all let Florida come in there and punch y'all in the face, and they did not stop punching y'all.
Yeah,
And
I
listen,
think I love.
listen.
Go ahead. But
I can't stand the Auburn Tigers basketball team right now. I can't stand them. They let Kentucky come in and oh my, I don't even want to talk about it.
well,
Say what you want about Auburn, but they coach Pearl. He's won
Because
everywhere he's been.
I put all my
Everywhere.
money on Auburn.
He's a scumbag. Speaking of coaches, my coach, Nate Oates, is giving me Mike D'Antoni vibes in the NBA. All the scoring and stuff they did with Steve Nash and Knicks and stuff like that. But when it comes down to it, to winning something big, well, he's won SEC championships and won tournament championships, but it just doesn't seem like it floats. But we are in March, and it's basketball time, college basketball time. College basketball usually takes over in March, takes over office buildings, and we got a tournament challenge. If you want to get in, check the group on Facebook and 20 20 get you in and winner take everything. It's a lot of fun, and a lot of people that don't know basketball getting these things and win big. So March Madness. Well, we have a question since we're in March Madness season. Is women's college basketball, do they have the juice right now? Do they have all the hype compared to men's college basketball? What y'all guys think?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
I agree.
It ain't even
Yeah,
close.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Because I mean, honestly, I can't name one male NCAA basketball player. Not one.
Hey, I'm gonna go deeper than that. I can't name a coach. I just
College.
realized
Hmm.
Mike Krzyzewski. I just realized he don't even coach no more.
Is
Yes,
my boy still in
LSU coach,
Kentucky?
LSU coach was one of the slimiest slumbags you ever seen, and he kept his job for a
That's how
minute.
we. That's how we do it in the Bayou.
Hey.
We, hey, we the Calvin Ridley of the NFL. That's what we are.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, I think the women. Yeah, I think they've taken over. They got all the juice right now.
Well,
I mean,
let me not say they got all the juice. They just have the biggest names in the game. Because
that's all
one,
the juice.
no. Let me say this because when we turn on the bracket challenge and all that stuff, outside for women, outside of South Carolina, Connecticut, USC, and Iowa, you're not watching none of them games.
LSU.
LSU. You
I
from
said,
and
I
it's
said,
LSU?
and,
I
and
said,
it's
I said,
not going to
I said,
generate. It's
I
not
said,
going to generate the money that the
I
men
said,
bracket generate.
I said LSU,
Oh,
USC, UConn, and South Carolina.
South
Outside
Carolina.
of them four for women, you're not gonna watch none of them other teams because you don't know nobody.
hey,
College
well,
basketball, we don't. It's been plenty of years we don't know anybody, but we still gonna turn it on because we know it's gonna be a great game. We want
Absolutely,
to see these
absolutely.
players in the league.
And men can dunk and women can't. So the athletic ability alone, the excitement of the oohs and the ahs, seeing somebody go to that hoop and flush the toilet on somebody. So
Now, of course, Caitlin Clark, she's phenomenal. Everybody want to compare to
Steph Curry.
Steph. Yeah, but I'll tell you somebody that's in college for men on that same level. He's just not as big of a name. But watch Illinois and that and think
Thought
his
you gonna say
name.
Bronny James.
No, Terrence Jr. for Illinois. He just dropped 40 last game. Just
Yeah,
What's his
dropped
name?
Caitlin
40.
do. Hey, Caitlin do that every game.
Hey, that's why I say she ain't facing the talent that he faced.
okay. With y'all, all
I,
right. With y'all, go
I
ahead.
would. I would say this. I used to be big into college basketball more than the NBA. But let's think about this. I sat there and watched LSU and South Carolina, not because it's LSU, but I just wanted to see two of the best teams with the best coaches and everything that was involved in it. Because college athletics, for the most part, we still forget it's around the coaches. It's not always the players. And we know Dawn Staley. Right now, if I had to say, who's the coach for Duke? Who's the coach for North Carolina? Where's the John Thompsons? Where's uh, the Syracuse coach? It's like we looked for the coaches because we knew we was gonna get a show. I don't even know who's doing what. Even when the player of the year from Iowa, I was like, Iowa? It's like the whole scheme has changed with the one and done and players being able to go in different leagues and these different things. It's like the best college players. There's no John Wall playing college because he's overseas or he's playing in a different league getting ready for the NBA. But uh, outside of the one kid at Kentucky, and that's only because my son is a big fan of him. I don't know. I can't name five players.
And so we're saying the reason. Y'all think the reason for that is the G League and the one because girls are staying at school for 4 years. They're making more money with the
Yep,
NIL. They're
yep.
making more money in school than they would be
It
in
was
the
in the WNBA.
WNBA. So that's why
Hmm.
and teams are being built and girls are coming out of high school to play with each other and pause. But but
The
the
Alabama folks different.
but but the teams, I mean, that's what it was back in the day. I don't know what Joe at right now, but back in the Joe days, that's what it was. Teams were coming together for 3 years. I think Georgia State, what, 3, 2, 3? So
Hmm.
teams were being built, and you would, if you didn't know the players, you knew them as a team and things of that nature. Like the girls, you said, well, we'll see what Angel Reese come back this year and what she got this year, and that's how I think a lot of it is the familiarity. Like Ed said, you can't even get familiar with the coaches. Like everything changes. But I remember on the news about 3 or 4 years ago, right before the pandemic, the girls was on TV. We not getting treated this way, and look at the setup, and look at the guys set up at their tournament, and look at our setup, and look at now we saying that the girls basketball in college has really more juice than the guys.
Yeah.
Then you got to look at it too.
Yeah.
Most of the NBA top prospects, not even. I think I did some research late last night. I want to say 3 out of the top 4 NBA draft prospects, they either out of seat overseas or in the G League. So you don't even have
Yep.
like I think Ed said it. You don't even have your top talent even going to college anymore. Why would I go to college if I can go straight to the G League and work on my skills, get paid, and develop my game? Why? Why go to college if you can do that?
Facts.
Yeah.
So we'll see how the numbers go. What do y'all think about when the ladies get a little rough and tough, and is that unladylike, or do we like to see a little toughness in ladies college basketball?
I love to see it.
Yeah, it's called competition. That's all
Yeah,
it is. It's
it's
competition,
gritty.
being passionate about what you're doing. That's all it is. And, I,
Indeed.
and I'm pretty sure after that game, those ladies probably hit each other up on whatever and said, "Hey, didn't mean anything by, we just, the heat of the moment, yada yada yada." So,
Nah,
you
women
know,
hold grudges differently. They ain't called each other. They did none of that. They waiting to see each other again. They ain't
Yeah.
called.
you want me to tell you why they calling each other? Why they calling each other? Cause of them NIL deals, man. They messed that up, but they can lose that money. Come on.
Man, listen, that we seen Angela Reese and Flage not pass each other the ball at the beginning of the season. They ain't called each other. Not after they were just playing the other day. They ain't called each other.
So we'll see what the numbers look like. Uh, and lastly, we're gonna talk about what's been going on social media. Trending thing was forget the '90s, and the '90s is one of my favorite decades. I don't have that many decades compared to a few of you guys, but the '90s the '90s
Yeah.
was the '90s were one of my favorite decades, and I'm like, forget the '90s. What are they talking about? The clothes were the best, the shoes were the best, the music was the best, the cars were the best. What are they talking about? And they were talking about NBA basketball. They were talking about NBA basketball. Forget the '90s. So what do you guys feel about that? Should we
The
forget the
greatest
'90s?
the greatest era of basketball to me is that era where it crossed over from the '90s to the 2000s. That's the greatest era of basketball. You had competition, you had defense, you had scoring, you had good all-star basketball games. Like you got everything. We kind of took it for granted, thinking that it would get better as the athletes get better. No, the athletes, they just got, I don't know what to say. They got a little soft. They don't
Because
play
Hey,
like
the game,
That's a
the
lot.
game being
The,
Europeanized.
yeah, the game's soft
yeah.
right now, man. The game is too
Hey,
soft.
and when we say salt, like somebody, I was going back and forth with somebody about the fouls. Okay, Jordan, the greatest player, give him the foul. He earned it. LeBron, Kevin Durant, Curry, uh, The top players every Kobe. Today, you seeing the white boy for the Lakers getting more foul shots than Steph Curry. So it's almost like you can't really do nothing. And when I look at this thing, when they say, let's go back to the 90s, one of the most influential movies for us as young black men was Boys in the Hood, right? House Party. Those were the movies that set the whole stage for rappers and everybody to start acting. If you go back and watch it now, if or maybe my son is watching it for the first time, your brother Gino, it don't look good because the graphics has changed, the HDMI and pause and live TV. So you're trying to take the knowledge that we have now and go back and say, let's look at this. And it's two different games. When I look at the NBA, I think it's soft, and I don't know. I always say these got to be the dumbest athletes. But about a year ago, and it was on Shaq and the Fool, some team was down by 1 point with 5 seconds left with a 3-on-1 fast break. Instead of going to the layup and, alley-oop or whatever you do and get a foul, they shot 2 3-pointers and lost. And they said that was a good shot. Hey, here's the mathematician. And I told somebody, in the 90s and now, these players in the 2020s are scoring 10 points more a game. But they shot 24 more 3-pointers. So you didn't got 10 points for 24 threes. To me, that's awful basketball. At what point do you say, Houston, I'm 0 for 26. Let me go and get a foul shot. I'm going to shoot 10 more. I mean, I think the IQ level is awful. I do agree with D to a certain extent. I think the athletes became positionless in the 2000s. But that's when you had the Detroit Tim Duncan era where it was just boring. You had the wrong people that kind of took over. But today, these people are awful. And I wish I could see Mike Peake. I would love to have a conversation with him. That's what I'm looking for. Because I got some LeBron clips and I could do the whole Dallas series.
Anybody got anything else? I think we're 90s based, and I think the kids, if they stay off the internet, they might not. Well, they're trying to pull up different things to say why the 90s wasn't it, but I don't know. If they really look and they really explore the game, they will understand that we can never forget the 90s.
I think every ever is good, but I think I'm gonna say this. I think they're saying that the athletes are better. Let's say if they are. I'm not here to argue bigger, stronger, faster. But the name of basketball is not the bigger, stronger, faster. It's to put it in a hole. The game of football, scored a touchdown. Bigger, stronger, faster only counts in the Olympics. You look at the 40 time, and Michael Irvin spoke about this up until Randy Moss. Not one receiver before Randy Moss ran a 4.3 40 in the NFL Hall of Fame. So to me, if you're looking at the better athlete, the best athlete at quarterback is probably, we can argue back and forth, Lamar Jackson, Cam, or Michael Vick. But are we going to take them over Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers and Peyton Manning? So You can have a better athlete, but not a better quarterback. Mm-hmm. To me, they practicing dunks. Back then, they didn't practice dunks. And all the 3-point shots, I think that it made the game awful. Better for the Europeans. Because Shaq would have took Jokic to the hole a long time ago.
What you say, D? Yeah, Steph Curry really changed the game of basketball. And relatability is one thing that kind of attracts people, being able to relate. And that's what this podcast want to do. We're some relatable guys. That it's some guy on this podcast that you will relate to. And we welcome the ladies because we know ladies that love sports, ladies that love fantasy sports and things of that nature. And so that's what we plan on doing. But like a lot of kids can't dunk, but they can try to shoot from the free throw. I mean, the half court line like Steph Curry, and that's what I think the upper heads are using to market the NBA is the relatability aspect. And just last, we want to shout out Jalen Green and Trevon Diggs for their
Team Cougar.
for the for their babies on the way. We gonna talk a lot of old school versus new school on this podcast, but we won't talk about old school versus new school in that manner. But anybody anything to say? But congratulations, I guess. With these
Yeah.
young men. What's the other one from the Celtics? Brown.
Jaylen Brown.
From from the Celtics. He got uh Bernice Burgos. Like, hey, is
Hey,
it cool?
question. I got a question. Didn't I?
Go
I
ahead.
thought I saw something about Trayvon Diggs. His girl got baby by Bow Wow and Future.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh
She got the bag.
wow.
She secured the bag.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
No, yeah, she got the
She
bag.
100% from the line.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
She,
and they say and she's 10 years older than him. So, and, but somebody else, that old lady was with. They don't have a baby with Bow Wow, but that old lady was with Future and Bow Wow.
mm.
Was it Udoka?
Joe new quarterback, Russell
Oh
Wilson.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sierra was with
Yeah.
Future and Bow Wow. So Trayvon Diggs and Russell Wilson got something in common. But
But you know what, Gino?
Hey,
I never understood
about
this.
my boy. He ain't here to defend himself.
There you go. Hey, I'm gonna say this. I used to think the same thing until I heard. I don't agree with 90% of what No Chill Gill talk about. I ain't never seen no man who never made all defense go talk about Jordan can't play defense, but that's another story. But one thing he said was, Hey, one thing Gill said that kind of made sense. He was saying that we are talking about Sierra and the other chick that's been pretty much passed along by all these different famous people. But he said the one thing about them is that once you get them in line, not in line, but once you start dating them, you start to realize who starts to talk a lot and who doesn't talk, who's trying to look for a lawsuit and who can just say, hey, here's the con. So now it's almost like you're comfortable with them. And we already know what to expect from them. And at the end of the day, this young lady who we're talking about with Bow Wow and I forgot who else Future. If you notice, we never even heard her name until somebody said Trayvon Diggs. So these people coming out of nowhere only because social media took a picture, but we have never heard from her. So he said that that's the difference between the Dallas Cowboy cornerback and Zion Williamson. He got somebody, she a loose cannon, she's stalking them. Those are the ones you stay away from. That and to me, it's recycling. But when you're in that space and that kind of money and lawsuits, you got to go with what you know, not something that you don't know.
We got no one that know how to take care of everything because she's used to it. She's been with these type of celebrities and big name guys, so
and she knows how to
one
get them.
to be quiet.
But shout out to Jalen Green, man. His stepson and he gonna be the same age as his stepson, and he having a son. That's wild, man. But hey, I don't know. I mean, it's them boys' life. That's how they live. I mean, I could understand being in the gym shooting free throws at 5 in the morning and be like, yo, when I get in the league, I'm gonna get me a Phantom. When I get in the league, I'm gonna get me a 4,000 square feet boat. When I get in the league, I'm gonna get her. That's on TV. And when he got in the league, that's what they're going for. What they seen growing up. So,
well, everybody seen her growing up, but I mean, hey.
Yeah.
And didn't the housewife get one of the little young NBA players too?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Drea.
Yeah, she got it.
But Bernice Burgos, I mean, hey, yo.
I ain't mad at him.
I ain't mad at any one of them at all.
They said Drea, I think Mace said Drea, we salute LeBron for dropping scoring points at 39. They said Drea scored some points at 39. But this is the first episode, the completion of the first episode of Set Your Lineup podcast. This was amazing, guys. And I can't wait till the next one, man. Any last thoughts from anybody?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got something to say. Hey, if you find yourself walking alone, there's one good thing about it. It's one person you can trust.
Hey, I like that.
You,
I like
Yeah.
that.
what?
Our old schools always
What?
got some
Your
good
left hand?
advice.
What? Your left hand?
Hey, yo.
Hey, boy.
Pause.
Oh,
Pause.
yeah. Come on.
But next week, next week we're gonna touch on Paul. I gotta touch on my vocabulary.
Yeah, yeah.
What
Next
we
We
gonna
week,
don't.
discuss?
next week we will discuss. I guess we'll discuss March Madness a little bit more, and whatever happened this week. And we will be discussing the fantasy basketball championship. Uh, a couple of us are in the same fantasy basketball league, and it will
Yeah.
be championship week next week. So I need to make sure I
It's
set my
semifinals, not championship.
the semifinal. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
true.
ain't keeping up
Look,
with none of that.
look like it's gonna be me and you, but we'll talk about that after we get off.
I don't know. I got a long day today. I need to set my lineup, but
I lost some
appreciate
man with no
everybody.
neck.
Oh, he lost to
People's champ.
KD. Oh, people.
People's champ.
You just took that trade I sent you, man. You
I
and
sure.
you and
I.
you and
Cowboys.
DSPN should have traded with me. I
Hey,
probably would have made it. I tried to save
the,
y'all.
the commissioner limited my waiver wire moves.
But shout out to we'll catch y'all next week, man.
Yes, sir.
Sign up, like, share, join the group. If you see this in the group, share, subscribe to the YouTube, whatever you got to do to stay in contact and grow with this Such a Lineup podcast family. But till next time, y'all. One.
All right. Peace
Hey,
out.
shout out to Joe for blending in with his background.
Yeah,
Hey, my boy ain't here to defend himself, man.
Oh, he
leave me
not? Oh, my
alone, man.
bad.